Hey guys, Jason Cardamone here, and this video is, well, it's a breakthrough for me in a couple ways. So we're here towards the end of 2012, and for a good part of this year, I've gone through these phases of amazing growth and then just complete atrophy where I just let things die. And you know, it's not just business or income wise, it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in different ways. That's all happened. You know, for example, I went into this year with Achilles tendonitis where I wasn't able to run for literally months and months in a row. And when I can't work out and get my heart rate up, it just has a huge effect on me. But the point is, I let that happen, and earlier this year I decided, forget this, I'm just gonna buckle down and pay for physical therapy. So I went, started paying for it, got back out. I ran a few races this year. I'm out running now. So let me stay on point here. So the biggest breakthrough when I said that early in the video for me is that I'm wearing my worst hat that looks the most ragged. And what's ironic is it's the most stylish because, you know, torn up jeans, torn hats, stuff like that are what's in or whatever. But I always hesitate to, like, if I haven't done my hair, this is what I've been wearing today. It's like 9 a.m. or something. This is what I've worn. This is what I ran to school with my kids. This is what I went to the store just 10 minutes ago. And this is what I'm like, you know, on a typical day. This is probably what I look like. You know, sometimes I have hats, most days my hair is done. Most days I'm wearing some kind of shirt like this. And the point is, there's a lot of videos I've never shot because I was worried about what you're thinking. So if you don't like what I'm wearing right now, get out of here. I don't care. You can leave right now. Because I actually have some very important things to teach. And if you have too much judgment in the way of all that, it's going to be in the way of everything I have to offer you. So now that we got rid of all those guys, I'm glad you are still with me. So what I'm going to be doing here is a case study over the next, I don't know how long. I think it's 90 days, maybe 30 days. I don't really know how long, but it's around the Empower Network and the 15K, really the Empower Network. I'm not going to say just the 15K program. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I didn't script any of this. I basically am creating this video to make a few commitments. Number one, I'm going to be doing a case study, and I mean documenting like every day. Maybe it's going to be multiple times a day, but I'm going to be video, blogging, and doing things every single day. Even if I did nothing towards taking action, I'm going to go document that because you're going to learn lessons from that, and so will I. And so that's number one. Number two is, this is more for me, is I don't care what I look like. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care if I'm like this with my hair totally messed up. I'm gonna get on video like this no matter what I'm wearing, what I look like or whatever, and I'm gonna shoot whatever I'm supposed to be shooting. I've really, for a lot of times in my life, I've battled with what other people think about me. Even one of the first Tony Robbins, my first seminar I ever went to, one of the biggest self-limiting beliefs was me being so worried about what other people think. What other people think. And that still, I battled with that for years and years. I'm so much better today with it. But it really, in the last few days, it's been this growing thing where I've wanted to shoot some videos and I haven't done them because, oh man, I didn't do my hair yet. Or, oh, the piece of clothing I really want to wear that I know, you know, there's some close leaders I know that they always dress up, they look nice. And I'm talking about my friends, leaders. I'm not talking about like big industry leaders that they've made comments like, oh yeah, Jason, you look so great in that video. I can't afford to care about those kind of comments and let those hold me back from being myself and giving you all of my God-given gifts and talents and serving my purpose. So, I forgot exactly where I was going, so I'll jump back to the case study. So, as far as Empower Network goes, I don't know what you know about it. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's this company that started around a year ago. I think it was around Halloween of 2011. And I got in it really early, but they had some major problems, and I hate startup companies. You know, this company had the problem of I enrolled a bunch of people, started to make some money, and all of a sudden they switched payment processors. So all these people that were making payments through this other processor, that processor shut it down because the company started making so much money. So they moved to a new system and nobody switched over. So I had a whole bunch of people in that were just getting the product for free that why would they switch over? Because they had all this for free already. So the company finally fixed that down the road, but they've been through all kinds of hurdles. And what's awesome is seeing what the leaders of Empowered Network have responded to those. And they always said, you guys wait, don't worry about this payment process. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna do it this week, even though that week turned into like a month or two. But they never stopped. And their vision they had for where this company was gonna go to, the company is now there and beyond, you know, going towards their new vision, which is even further out. And there's all these people that just stopped believing in Empowered Network. And I never stopped believing. I stepped back and said, okay, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen here because I'm tired of risking my reputation on companies that go out of business quickly. And even one of the last companies I promoted earlier in 2012, I had disclaimers all over like, look, I don't know what's going on here, but literally my closest business partners are making $10,000 a month and beyond, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do the same because they haven't even enrolled a lot of people into this. So jump in, within a couple months, whole company goes under. Great, but at least on that one I had disclaimers. So the whole point is, I'm explaining why I wasn't fully on board with Empowered Network, because they had a lot of growing pains, and because they were a startup. They're beyond what I would call the startup phase. You know, they're just a year into business now. Typically, my personal rule is company has to be around for 2 years. But also, I've seen enough great and amazing things happening that I became more intrigued. And here's one of the main reasons why I've been intrigued is because I've been sitting here literally not promoting it at all. There's one video I made about it. I think some random people find it on YouTube. I haven't looked it up. I will bring it up in this case study, but I've literally done zero advertising for Empowered Network besides that one video which I made like a year ago or 10 months ago, whenever I got in. And what's been interesting is I've got these random between $1,000 to $1,500 every other month or so out of nowhere. Like literally, I'm not focusing on Empower. If somebody emails me about it or wants a phone call about it, I'll call them. But I've had this, that's happened like 2 or 3 times the entire last like 6-8 months. And so basically, I'm just ignoring Empowered Network. I've been paying, I'm all in. Which means I have all the products. That's what that means in Empowered Network. But it also means more than just buying products. It means going through the products and literally believing in the company. And my belief in the company has grown a ton just in the last 3 days. And I'll talk more about that, but I want you guys to fully explain what's kept me interested is that because of a decision 10 or 11 months ago when I joined this company, I went all in. So I've had these random hits of $500 and $1,000 literally out of nowhere. I'm not even promoting this thing. So kind of stepping back, looking at this income stream compared to other income streams, and I'm like, that's actually pretty amazing that this one, it's obviously not as up there as some of my main companies that I've been promoting for years now, but it's like 10, 20, 30% of some of them. That's amazing for something I'm not even touching. So the one part of my brain is saying, what if? And the what if is, what if I actually put some darn traffic onto this thing or put some heart into it or belief? And then I had this the other, you know, it's like the angel and the devil on your shoulders kind of thing. Then I had the other voice saying, and I don't know which one's the devil or angel, they're just these conflicting inner voices. And the other one was like, wait, Jason, you've got all these products, you paid all this money for Empowered Network, And what you've done is go through the very basic stuff, which you get for the 25 bucks when you join. And then you went through like 1 or maybe 2 other inner circle classes, which is a $100 package. And there's dozens and dozens, there's probably 50 or 100 of them. I've done 1 or 2 of those. The big Costa Rica package and the 15K literally haven't even touched. This was as of a week ago. I hadn't touched 1 single lesson. So I'm putting all this judgment on Empower Network when I don't even know what the stinking products are. I'm basing it on the little basic starter thing when you come in, including a few opinions of some of my close friends. Like, oh, this $25, that's all you get is a blog and not much training? That's the stupid business model. I agree in some ways. How does that even make sense? But in other ways, I look at, they have an entire system of not just teaching the traffic methods, not just giving you a platform to do all that, like a plug and play kind of thing. Like get in and start writing articles on blog. Get in and start posting videos. That's pretty hard to come by. You can't even do that in my own team system. There's all this whole setup process that takes an hour or 2. But what they also have, and this is what's really grown on me, the real aha moment hit me. It was starting to grow on me yesterday, but it really hit me like a brick this morning when I was listening to an inner circle call. And what hit me was they are addressing all of the psychology side of the business, which literally is at least 90% or 80% minimum of all success. All the most famous gurus I know that really understand human psychology, how the brain works, that have changed the world, Tony Robbins, big people, 80–90% minimum is the amount that psychology leads towards you having success. So what's the other 10 or 20%? It's a little, a little grease, a little legwork, a little tires hitting the road, you putting in a few hours, maybe a few dollars here and there. But the majority of it is psychology. And what I've seen so far in the last 3 or 4 days with Empower Network, now that I am finally diving into the products, is a complete addressing of many facets of the psychology that you need for success. And I'll tell you guys another limiting belief I've had going into this. So I will say that probably somebody who's affected my life in a positive way, almost more than anybody on earth, I would obviously my parents, but somebody huge in the last few years is Tony Robbins. And I'm tears. I don't know if you can see that with my bill of my hat here, that I'm so grateful for the gifts Tony Robbins has given me. And if you have any questions and want to know, well, Jason, here's where I'm at, what do you recommend? I will give you a product that I know can change your life, and I'll recommend the product that fits whatever situation you're in. But I've been looking at Empower Network, and this David Wood guy, I really love David. I've really grown to love him. I had some doubts here and there. I really loved him early on, then I kind of stepped back. I'm like, wait, is this guy for real? Kind of feeling him out. And I've really got to know him better in the last 3 and 4 days, seeing him more and more and who his background, where he came from, who he really is. And he's absolutely, I respect him a ton. But before that, so 5 days ago from today, I had this mental block saying, yeah, I know he's not going to be as good as Tony Robbins. And I have all Tony Robbins stuff, so why do I need David Wood telling me anything? Well, one good reason is because I haven't even listened to Tony Robbins for the last 3 or 4 months. I mean, a few times here and there, but not the daily thing like I've always done for years now. Well, 6.5 years I've been in this industry. And I guess I can't say every day for 6.5 years, but I've noticed there's periods where I'll dive in, I'll do personal development every day, sometimes all day for a whole weekend, a whole week straight. And then I'll do, my little daily things. But whenever there's periods where I get away from it, which for me tends to be with my workouts. If I don't work out, that tends to be when I do personal development, and I do those things together. If I don't do one, sometimes the other doesn't get done, and my whole life starts spiraling downwards. And so I went in with that stupid block of, oh, well, obviously David Wood's not going to be as good as Tony Robbins. Well, in a lot of ways, he's not. And he even says that. How many people in the world can actually be Tony Robbins? almost nobody. The guy's incredible. He's doing exactly what God put him here on earth to do. And what I exactly just said, straight out of David Wood's mouth. So I'm sitting here watching him edify my other mentor, and obviously, I already knew David Wood had gone through a ton of Tony Robbins stuff and a ton of other stuff, both inside network marketing as well as just general personal development outside of our industry. And I was sitting there, and what's happened to me in the last 4 days or so that I've been doing it for 3 or 4 days, whatever it's been, is it's given me that motivation and drive and heart and inspiration that I've walked around for more than 6 years with, because I was listening to personal development before I ever started internet network marketing. And that feeling, the drive, the inspiration, the being around somebody who's done more than what I have, just rubbing off on me, completely have just been charged up these last 3 or 4 days. And so it really just got me to realize you can get access to a lot of the stuff I've just done through Empower Network for a fraction of the cost of what I've spent with some of the Tony Robbins seminars I've gone to, other programs I've purchased and gone through. And I'm not saying Tony Robbins is the answer or that Empower Network is your answer. What's worked for me is being exposed to different people over time and falling completely in love with some of them. It's like they're talking exactly to me. It's like they've been through majority of what I've been through, and they have, for me, I look at and see, I think I can become a part of what this person is. I can't become them exactly because I'm not them and we have different gifts. But some of our gifts are the same, and look at them using that gift I know I have in an amazing way, changing the world. And so I don't know what your answer is, but I would definitely encourage you guys, whoever inspires you or they speak to you or you see them and you're like, holy cow, that's exactly how I work. I really relate to that. I love how funny they are. I love how smart they are. I love how serious they are. That would definitely not be me, by the way. Well, I guess I'm serious sometimes, but you need to look at the people you're following and allowing that you're giving your time to, and just figure out, first of all, are they a positive influence on you? And second of all, are they taking you in towards the direction you want to go? And maybe you'll find someone else down the road someday that'll take you even more in the right direction, or get you, maybe you're kind of going in the right direction, you really want to go this way, and you've gone from going this way, like now you're going this way with one person, and you find another mentor, like, oh my gosh, and now you're almost right on track where you want to go. It's really interesting to see how that all affects us over time. But before I get just all over the place, I think I'm just about done here. I think that's all I got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. And what I'm going to be doing, so here's what I've done. Ignored Empower Network, had some money come in. Wow, what if I did more? Actually dove into, here's what I've done, is Costa Rica. I've actually now done 4 Inner Circle trainings. The one I'm listening to now, love it. Yeah, I've loved a bunch of the other ones too, but this one is amazing. If you're an Inner Circle member, let me know and I'll refer you to which call that I'm listening to today. And I've gone through the first 3 lessons in the Costa Rica, and there's like 11 or 12 or 15 or something. And those are live videos where I have to be in front of my computer to do, instead of just with my little MP3 running around the world. So I'm very impressed with what I'm hearing in Costa Rica. I love exactly, it starts out with you getting your goals and what do you really want out of this. One of the things I want out of this is to prove, does this even work? I'm gonna be the one to prove it. That's always how I've done things in my businesses, is go out, be the guy that takes the leap of faith and has the cojones, and that is just how God wired me. I'm a risk taker. I go out and make things happen. When I figure out things that work, I then go teach other people and share with them and help bless them with the same things. Usually with a shortcut, not wasting as much time or money like I had to. So my goal right now, and this, I'm sure this will change until I get kind of a solid plan down. My goal right now is to do a case study of Empower Network and to go through literally applying the trainings, not saying, hey, let me promote this and see if it works. I already know it sells. It has the best conversions I've ever seen because I have people signing up for $500 and $1,000 programs that I've never even talked to. I've never ever had anything remotely close to that. The closest thing I've had to that is people upgrading to a $150 upgrade on their own, which was rare. A lot of those I had to have email and phone conversations with. Here at Empower, I'm having people go $500 and $1,000 with that, and not all of them with no phone calls or communications, but several of them, and it's been impressive. So my plan right now is to go through Costa Rica, which I got from my upline sponsor in Empower. The idea of, you know, here's what I have, all these packages, where do I start? Here's what I've been at. I've just told him everything I've told you guys. And he said, start with Costa Rica. So I'm gonna go through all of Costa Rica. Once I get done with that, but the plan right now is to then go through the 15K program and literally step by step create a daily plan. My initial thought, I'm just sharing this with you guys so you can see how goals kind of change and form, and then how a plan is put together over time. So my thoughts right now is putting in somewhere 2 to 4 hours a day towards this, which includes the training, which means listening to Costa Rica or 15K, and the application of that training. Now, that could change. I may change that to 30 minutes a day. I may change that to 8 hours a day. If I see a chance to start making $20,000, $30,000 a month in the next 3 or 6 months, I'm gonna hammer it. I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal and go make it happen. But also, I'm not like right now, oh, let's go work at 20 hours a day today. Because I have products, I have teams of very important people. I have systems to maintain and improve and make better. So Empower Network's not my whole life. So you can really look at this as it's really like part-time, like a lot of you watching, it would probably be the exact same thing. You probably work a job, maybe 2 or 3, and you build your business part-time on the side. So that's the plan going in here. Who knows what's gonna happen? Also how I'm gonna deliver the what are these things called again? The test case study I plan to do it video, basically a vlog. All of it video like this. I'm gonna find someone to transcribe all these videos so I can just copy and paste right onto the blog. Until I have that done, I'll probably just do it myself for the first couple days here. And I'm just gonna get these up on a blog. Who knows how you found this, if you're through YouTube or my list, or who knows, I don't know if I'm gonna promote this or what I'm gonna do with the case study. Right now I'm just getting it out there, and I'm gonna get it to the people that have been loyal members of my list for so long. So anyway, I hope this served you in some way, even if it just gave some humor to your life. You're like, I can't wait to watch this guy fall on his ass. You know, whatever. The reality is, whether I go make $50,000 in the next few months, or whether I make $100 in the next few months, or 0, or let's say I lose 5,000, let's say I do a bunch of paid advertising, lose and nobody signs up, no matter which of those 3 things I just explained, we are all going to learn lessons through that. That's what a case study is really all about. They're not always about, oh, here's how I made $1,000 a day in my first month. Who knows, maybe that will be the story. Maybe the story's different, but what's important is that you and I, take lessons out of this and can apply this to our lives and make our lives better, which then makes the world a better place. So, enough rambling. We'll see you guys soon. To your ultimate success, and God bless.